What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Tis the season for lawsuits, apparently. We saw our boy Smash JT get sued by Alyssa Bernkunti, and now we're seeing Sony and Bungie be sued by the former marathon director for, ostensibly, he got Me Too'd out of the business, and by, they owe him $45 million. So he's now, this is his truth time. This is Christopher Barrett, the former director of the marathon game. The past 9 months following my departure from Bungie have been very difficult and painful for me, as I've had to endure rampant speculation, unfounded attacks on my reputation, and innuendo about what happened behind the scenes to cause me to be fired after 25 years of loyal service. I want to thank everyone who has been there for me. I've eagerly awaited the opportunity to get to the truth out there and tell my side of the story. And now is that time. Today, I filed a lawsuit against Sony and Bungie to hold them accountable for their conduct and the damage that has been done to my reputation and my career. I'm confident that the facts are on my side and look forward to clearing my name through the legal process, because this is basically, he can't talk about any more than this statement because it's a legal action. So the rub here seems to be back in August, you have Jason Schreier reporting that Barrett was terminated following an internal investigation in which at least 8 female employees raised complaints earlier the year that he behaved inappropriately. And according to the 8 people, including multiple women who reported Barrett, as well as other Bungie employees who were either involved in the investigation or spoke to the women, and saying that the investigation found that Barrett called lower level female employees attractive, asked them to play truth or dare, and made references to like his money and his power, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, at the time, Barrett basically said, I don't know what they're talking about. I feel that I have always conducted myself with integrity and been respectful and supportive of my colleagues, many of whom I consider my closest friends, never understood my communications to be unwanted, and would never have thought they could possibly have made anyone feel uncomfortable. If anyone ever felt that way about their interaction with me, I am truly sorry. And we got someone who was able to get a hold of the lawsuit here. This is Dean Takahashi from VentureBeat. He says the lawsuit basically alleges that they fired him to avoid giving him $45 million in payments, and that Bungie and Sony deliberately destroyed Barrett's reputation by falsely and publicly insinuating that they had investigated, remember that report from Jason Schreier in August, that they had investigated Barrett and found he had engaged in sexual misconduct. The defendants did not care that none of it was true. They had blatant motivations for their brazen scheme. Also noting that Bungie and Sony wanted to shift blame for and deflect attention away from their massive business failures, of which we've covered a lot of those, and to achieve those corporate objectives, they, of course, were willing to sacrifice Barrett. Sony and, of course, Bungie both have several business failures that have become public knowledge, even announcing the company was eliminating nearly 30% of its workforce in July. So that speaks to what he was saying. Takahashi, of course, he's seen this full report. Barrett is alleging that he never got the chance to engage with the allegations in the first place, that all these interviews and investigations were done at the end, outside of any actual help from him. And noting that they then completed the Machiavellian trifecta by providing wildly misleading statements to Bloomberg designed to deflect blame for Sony's poor performing 3.6 billion acquisition of Bungie and delays in video game production by casting shade on Barrett for his role on Marathon, and to shift blame for their own public #me problems by falsely insinuating that the accusations of severe misconduct had been directed at Barrett when they had not. So he was a scapegoat, pure and simple. He was a scapegoat. And closing out here, as for the $45 million payment, that reportedly came in the wake of Bungie being bought by Sony for $3.6 billion back at the end of January 2022. Takahashi here saying that Barrett signed an agreement that would have paid him in the $45 million range. However, he was only paid $1.8 million despite being owed $45.6 million. Give me the money. Give me the goddamn money. Anyway, yeah, I would be suing too. And sounds a little fishy there. I'd love to hear their explanation for why the Me Too stuff aside. Why didn't you pay him? Either way, you let me know what you think about all this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.